Welcome to Sound Values, powered in part by LSA Burger and Classic of Denton.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight live on DentonRadio.com. We are in the beautiful Discover Denton Welcome Center on the ever getting blazingly hot Denton Square right now. I am sitting right here with the man, the myth, the legend, Triston Coomes. How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Now, a little backstory real quick. It has taken many conversations and a lot of cooperation for us to get Triston in here. I had to cancel a few times. Work came up one time, you know,
Yep.
but I'm actually glad that we got to do it this time because we're live right now. We're live, so if you guys are watching the video, you want to share it. Sharing is caring. Please show some love. Now, Triston, you've recently come out with an album, man.
Yeah, it's a
single.
single.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My mistake.
It's well, you're kind of right because it's not quite an album because it's 2 songs.
Okay.
But it's also it's not quite a single either. I mean,
So is that like an LP? Or
I don't know. It's Spotify says it's a single. And
Okay.
It's been put out as a single.
Okay.
So
and if Spotify says it, it must be true.
yes,
Yeah.
It's called a digital 45 is what they're calling it.
Nice. That's cool, man. That's cool. So, you know, there's a lot of times some people come on here and I've known them for a long time, you know, or I've met them a couple times at gigs, but this is the first time we've ever met in person, man.
Yep.
So my first question for you is kind of like, how did you get started playing music at all? Like, what was kind of that journey for you?
So my senior year of high school, I was working at Chipotle.
Okay.
And it was great. And then I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. And so I quit my job and I stayed up till 2 a.m. every night the rest of that summer before college, learning how to play guitar from YouTube.
Okay.
And then I came to Denton and I was lucked into this, a community to grow.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
I tell you what, man, that's how I felt when I moved here. Where did you move here from?
I was so Rendon is the community. It's technically Fort Worth.
Okay.
But we went to Mansfield schools.
Okay.
So, it's cool and it's Fort Worth.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school, I couldn't just walk down the road and go play.
Yeah, exactly.
Nor did I know how to play, so I didn't even.
What made you want to start playing, though? I mean, like, to stay up all night and just, like, did you see something or what, like, hear something or just?
There was just this guitar in my room that had been there for 10 years, and I figured, why not give it a whirl one night, and then I did it again, and then I did it again, and then.
Just kept going.
Yeah.
Man, that's funny because when I was in the 9th grade, I remember I got grounded for bad grades. You know,
Yeah.
Keep your grades up, kids. But my dad had this guitar, and he never played it because he has fat fingers. That's what my dad says. Those aren't my words. He's like, I could never play it because he worked in construction and crushed his fingers so many times.
Okay.
But I got grounded, and at the time, like, you know, back in 2004, like, playing the guitar was like, you know, that was the cool thing to do. You know,
Yeah.
like that's how you impress the girls. When you were a short, fat kid like me, you got to learn how to do something that's going to impress people.
Yep.
So that's like, I picked up the guitar because it had just been sitting there.
Yep.
You know, I was like, why not? And I learned off of YouTube and a
Yep.
chord book.
Yep.
You know, like, and I was like, okay. And then slowly but surely, I was like, okay, well, if I put a finger there, it sounds different. You know, and I learned like to connect the dots. Did you ever take lessons?
I am still in the School of Music.
Okay.
So I'm taking lessons. It was YouTube, and then I learned from my friends on how to do the pop kind of stuff.
Okay.
The classical guitar is the program I'm in
Okay.
at UNT, and
right.
it's a little bit different. It's a little bit. It's not. You're not using a pick with a steel string guitar. You're using your fingers.
Yeah.
And a nylon string guitar, and it's kind of. It teaches you a lot of what I need. It teaches you a lot of what's gonna make you great.
Yeah.
And you don't really know it, but I mean, there's all kinds of lessons like tone and articulation and phrasing and stuff that
control.
Yes.
The control.
That I didn't even. I'm just now coming to realize that that's what's going on.
Man, one of the most mind-blowing performances on a guitar I ever saw was when I was, going to school at UNT, and one of my history music classes, we had to go and watch guys perform and write about it. This guy played Bach, like and I was just like For an hour, the guy didn't stop moving his hands,
Dude.
and it was nuts. And like what is the word that I'm looking for? Where like it's like you pull your finger off the string, not a hammer on, but like
a tremolo.
It was just like he did like these little bing,
Like harmonics.
Thank you. Yeah, perfectly. Like insanely accurate
On a
dude.
dime.
And, yeah, and like quickly, and
Yep.
it was so yeah, man. And like that, what this is something my dad told me too, is that a lot of the greatest guitarists of all time, these were classically trained cats, like guys from Led Zeppelin and all these guys were classically trained, and that's why they were so good.
You look at Metallica, and I mean those licks. They're just like this guy's been hitting scales for since he was 2.
Yeah, man.
I
You
mean-
watch those guys.
Yeah. And that's not. I mean, that's not just I want to play fast. That's doing like three kind of worlds. Like
Yeah.
play your scales, play your exercises, and then play something else. And then they kind of just like over 5-6 years, like
Yeah.
maybe I mean more
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
but
man, it's like I said, it was something else. So yeah, you're in the right spot if you ask me, especially if you're just like improving skill overall.
Yes.
So then how do you go from like, okay, I'm going to play on YouTube, now I'm in the school of music, now I'm going to put out a couple singles, you know?
So I was a kinesiology major when I first came to school,
Okay.
and
Nice.
I realized that I wasn't going to make enough money unless I was a doctor. So I decided to switch to music. Monetarily, I don't know.
It's like, I'm not going to make enough money, I shouldn't make money at all, right?
There we are. So I was lucky to be here when I was asked to go tour with a band called their name's Flatland Cavalry, and they're
Okay.
from Lubbock, and they're a heavy hitter in the scene, and I got to be the intern for a while, and it was great.
So
And
did you play with them on tour? Or
I didn't play.
You
I
just
was
accompanied?
I was the tour manager.
Oh, nice, man.
So I was also the merch guy
Okay.
and the crew, and so I handled basically, I was the middleman between them and the venue, them and whoever. So they didn't have to do that part of
Yeah.
the job, like,
Yep.
because that's not. I mean, you want to play.
Yeah, you want to play. You don't want to hassle with all that stuff, loading the gear in and
Yeah.
out and all that,
Yeah.
you know?
And I mean, at that point, they were helping me load and they were helping me do things, but now they get to.
Just play.
Yeah, they get to play.
Show up and play. That's awesome, man. And so, you know, do you play with a band, or are you just like a singular performer, or you play with a band?
Yep.
Okay.
I just in the last 6 months to 8 months, I've put together my band.
Yeah. So how'd you meet all those guys?
UNT
Nice.
Music was a few of them. One was in my guitar player. Was in my fill-in guitar player for the summer, which he's probably. I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure that if he'll have us, I want him to be our next addition to the band. But he is actually a TF, a classical guitar TF, he's a
okay.
doctoral student. I don't know if it's TF or TA.
Oh, goodness.
But he's something else.
Yeah.
And then the guitar player that is in Nebraska right now, that's where he lives.
Okay.
But my first guitar player, his name's Jack Jones, and he is a UNT jazz guy.
Oh, okay.
A jazz guitar player. So he's
Those guys just shred, man.
it's stupid.
They're ridiculous.
It's stupid. But
Yeah.
and then bass player is Cameron. I met him. How did I meet him? That was a UNT connection. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. And the Hunter is the drummer.
Okay.
And he was he's a UNT guy. I'm not sure how. I don't remember how we
Just
met.
happened.
But yeah.
He just showed up one day.
Yeah.
So man, when you're putting together a band to kind of put forth your music, you know, hey, I'm writing this, I need to get a band around me. You know, how do you kind of like choose the people? Is it just a chemistry thing, or you know, you don't want to have somebody who's going to be like, well, no, what if we did this instead? You know, because it's your vision, you
Right.
know?
Well, I lucked into guys that I can say, hey, this is what I want, and how do we make that happen? And they're kind of like, well, is this what you want? Is this what you want? Like what? So
Yeah.
just give me a few options, and it'll work out. it's interesting to say. It kind of sounds bad, but one of the first things that I look at is, do they look good?
Okay.
Does the musician, does he carry himself well, or she carry himself well? Do they look nice? Because the first thing that people see or notice at a concert is how people look. My one of my choir professors, the head of the choir program, he said he's big on this. People see or people listen with their eyes.
Okay.
So, I mean,
yeah.
So,
yeah. No, I think that
good.
makes perfect sense, man. I think, well, dude, I mean, it's just like, you know, when I'm going to go play a gig, I look at what I'm going to wear that night because, and it depends on where I'm playing too. Like if I'm playing more of a club scene, I'm going to probably honestly dress in a black shirt and a pair of jeans because that's what every DJ wears.
Yes.
But if I'm playing at like a higher end club, I'm going to wear a button up and slacks, you know. I played at Windstar and I wore a button up and slacks out to the pool and they're like, what? But I was like, this is Windstar, man.
Yep.
Like, I'm not going to come down here in board shorts and a tank top looking like a scrub.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely
So I
not.
completely respect that, man. And then it's, you know, kind of like you're saying, you know, when they're your ideas. And what I like about those jazz guys, though, too, is, like, they play for so many groups, too, that they don't, like, they're great players. And they really don't have a big ego about being like, but wait, what if we did this? They're like, let's just play, man.
Yes.
You know, they're there to jam and have a good time. So that's what I love about like Mike Lezecki and a bunch of those other guys who just play in all these different groups. You know, they're just there to help people sound as good as they possibly can. I love that.
And Cameron's a jazz guy. He was a jazz trombone guy.
Nice.
And but they get an experience of a lot more music than a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So their musical palette is a little bit.
Yeah,
it's a little
just
bit
more
richer.
practice
Yeah.
and more exposure and more entertainment and more fun and all that stuff. So yeah, exactly, man. Now let's kind of get into the singles here. You know, we've kind of talked about how this all developed, but you're going to be playing one of those singles or two of them. You're going to be playing two of them, but the first one we're going to play is called "Make My Mind." Now I heard and here's the thing too is like. Sometimes you're not always sure how someone's going to sound even when you hear the single. You're like, all right, well, who knows what? But this boy sounds good. I'll tell you that much right there.
You.
So kind of tell us about the actually let's go back to a different question here. One track's "Make My Mind," and then what's the other one called?
Maybe I'll Stay.
Maybe I'll Stay. Okay, cool. Now, when you're sitting down to write a song, you know, or you're writing a single. Was it in your head like these are going to be my singles, or did you just write these songs and you really liked them? You're like, boom, here we go.
So, I found recently in the last few months that I kill it kind of by thinking like that, thinking like I need a single.
Okay.
So I haven't been really. I mean, I've written a little bit, but I haven't been pumping them out, and I think it's because I've been writing with a goal.
Okay.
Instead of writing what wants to come out.
Okay.
So a book I'm reading is talking about that, and it's writing what's going to come out.
Okay.
And so these were probably a year ago, and I was sitting down and I was playing, and this sounded good, and I needed to see what needed to come next.
Okay.
Like what does this need?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Maroon 5's guy says serve the song.
Okay.
But what does this need? So both of those songs were a jam.
Okay.
And this is how that goes. And then I think how you do it now, or where I go from here is make the song completely separate from how it's going to be distributed, sold, whatever. Make the song for what it needs, and then figure the rest out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that, man. That's very cool, man. That's cool. Well, I'm ready to hear the song now. Like I kind of heard the beginning, so you brought your guitar for us tonight.
Yep.
So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get that first jam going on. The first one's gonna be "Make My Mind," right?
Yes.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, on DentonRadio.com, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Triston Coomes with his single "Make My Mind." Take it away, my man.
caught my attention, lost my head, lost my direction, left me in a trance, I need more. So take a shot and let me meet you, might find you want a shot of me too. You've never seen one like this before. Oh, I'm craving something special, craving something sweet, I'm craving something wondrous, wondering me. So go on, drive me crazy, go on, make me weak, go on, work your magic, make my mind up for me. Clarity is overrated, so don't overcomplicate this. Sit back and let life take its course. You've got me, you're so frustrated, not sure how you're gonna play this, but I'm damn sure you've got the floor. Oh, I'm craving something special, craving something sweet, I'm craving something wondrous, wondering me. So go on, drive me crazy, go on, make me weak, go on, work your magic, make my mind up for me. Craving something special, craving something sweet.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
That's a jam, dude. All right, so I was writing some notes when you were playing. I really like that. Now, I kind of see what you mean from kind of like the pop. Like you had your friends kind of show you how to kind of do a little bit of pop. Because that song is playful and it's fun and there's a little bit of pop in there, you know?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of like backroads country there, but there's also kind of like some Dave Matthews hidden back in there, man, and some Jack Johnson, you know?
Dude.
There's a lot of combinations of good stuff. So your voice. Now, the first thing I wrote down was just solid.
Hey.
Like, and I don't mean that on like, you know, I mean, the voice is great, but I mean, like, it's like, it feels like your voice comes across like as a single, you know, it's not, there's not like these, like, I don't know, weird vibrations going on. It feels like it's coming right at you, you know, it's right down the center of the mix.
Cool.
But it's also open in a way where it's expansive. It made me feel it's playful, it's soulful, it's happy, it's fun, it's scholarly, and it's
Dude.
truth speaking.
Thank
That's
you.
like kind of how it made me feel, you know,
Thank
like
you.
I was like, I can listen to this guy tell me things about life and I'll believe him.
Cool.
Like, you know, so that's how it came across to me, man. And you know, the chords are nice. I love the, you know, that kind of stuff. So I think that's a great single, man. You know, once again, ladies and gentlemen, that was Make My Mind by Triston Coomes. So yeah, man, just like when you just did the sound thing, I can show you right here. I wrote good vibes,
Good
like that
vibes.
style.
Good
You know?
vibes.
So it's and what I like about it is kind of like, I don't know. It kind of is. Is it a love song? What is it, man? Let's talk about the track.
I mean, it's so it's like you said, it's a playful kind of like, hey, get me out of my head kind of thing.
Yeah, I
Like,
just see a cute girl in a sundress.
Dude.
You know?
dude, she's just got you wrapped around her
Yeah, a
finger.
Topo
like,
Chico and a lime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably drives a Jeep.
Dude, probably.
See?
I mean,
I think we got the music video getting developed right
we got
now.
it. We got it.
now, dude. Yeah, so like, what was kind of like, is that a song where it's from like personal experience, or is it just kind of like a fun thing that you wrote? You know, because some artists, they'll write things that are very particular to an event, and they'll write a song that way, and then they'll just kind of write a story or an idea. You
Yep.
know?
Well, it started. I mean, it's kind of like an idea, like a lesson. Like some of the songs I write, some of the songs are just made up. But,
Yeah.
But some of them, I've seen a theme is I kind of try to like insert a little lesson. Like so like it says, "Hey, clarity is overrated, so don't overcomplicate this."
Okay. Yeah.
So like, kind of don't get in your head. Like, stay out of your head.
Yeah, like you get in a relationship with somebody and they're always asking you, are things okay? Are things all right? Or is this? And it's like, hey, like, the clarity's overrated. Don't make
Like,
this so complicated.
dude.
Like, we're cool.
Yeah.
No, I like that. Yeah. That's you know, Avril Lavigne said it. Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? But now we got Triston saying, I like that, man. Clarity is overrated, so don't go and make this complicated. I like that, man. But yeah, dude, great voice. Great voice. I really like it. It's strong is what I mean by solid. You know,
Thank
it comes
you.
across really well in the mix. You know, and so, you know, you're saying like it's kind of an idea, you know, so how do you kind of know when the song's finished? How do you know when it's ready?
I always know when I play it through, and it seems like there's a start, something in the middle. Maybe it's not a middle, but there's a start, and then something's going on, and then there's an end, and it feels like, yeah, and then it comes like, oh, nice. It's not like, where to go, like, where was the rest of it, or like, I mean.
So it sounds like music for you, man, is a lot about a feeling.
Yes.
You know, you write a lot through feeling.
Yes.
And that's cool because, you know, just kind of the way we both talked about experiences like learning how to play, that was how I learned, was through feeling.
Right.
You know, and being like, well, how does this make me feel? You know, and I had buddies who were amazing guitarists and pianists and all that, and they're like, man, I wish I could think that way. But they studied classically for so long that there's not a lot of emotion for them anymore. It's just like, it's math.
Yes,
know,
like
them.
This is what it is. Play it, and
and one of my favorite, I say this pretty often, but this guy named Chet Baker, he was a jazz musician. He said that you have to spend years and years and years of learning how to play so that eventually you can just forget and play.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like, you spend all this technical time, but eventually if you want to play, you have to let all that go and have fun with it and not let it just be this, you know, this hard work, you know, that you've done.
Right.
You know, like I always compared it to a carpenter. It takes years and years and years for somebody to finally be able to make a piece of furniture out of wood. But when that person is a master carpenter, they're not stressed about it anymore. It's what they just do. It just happens. Like Michelangelo, he's like, I carved the rock that was surrounding, you know, the statue of David that he did, and he was like, I just had to release him. So that's cool, man. Now I'm excited because I already like the first song. I already like the first track. Now before we jump into the second one, man, where can people find your music?
So anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere that you can stream, download, or purchase music.
So people would just go to Spotify, type in Triston Coomes, and
Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Pandora.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Very cool. Spotify,
Amazon,
iTunes, Amazon. Can I get that tomorrow if I have Prime? Am I cool?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I don't know how they would. I want this music, but I want a physical copy.
We don't do that. Make it happen. Well, I bought tapes. I figured y'all could put it on the tape for me and then send it to me. I bundled these together, y'all. All right. Better be here tomorrow. I need groceries as well. I got that Amazon Fresh. All right. I need some new tunes, and I need some lettuce. All right, man. So we've actually got another track. Maybe I'll Stay.
Maybe I'll Stay.
All right, cool, man. So, let's go ahead. Let's get into that one as well, y'all. So once again, y'all are tuned into Sound Values live right here on DentonRadio.com. This is Triston Coomes with his next single that's called Maybe I'll Stay.
Eggshells. Every time I speak, it's time to tell myself it's time for you to leave. You're fueling the fire now. Frenzy in my veins can't handle the come down. Can't seem to walk away. Like a star in the sky, a light in my heart, making my sleeve of things that try to tear this world apart. You make a mess of my mind. I'm caught in a craze. So baby, just shine. I'll stay. it's crystal clear. My only guarantee is right now, right here. So let's find a place where we feel alive and we burn so bright it hurts my eyes. And when I'm breaking up and I'm wearing down, I hope you'll find a way around. I could really use you now, like a star in the sky, a light in my heart, making mice the evil things that try to tear this world apart. You make a mess of my mind, I'm caught in a craze. So baby, just shine, and maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll stay.
Yeah, another good one, man.
Thank you so much.
I like that one. That was another great one. So,
Thank you.
I wrote down some of the lyrics, but I was really trying to make sure I listened a little bit more this time. And so I feel like, and you can kind of guide me, but that song, because sometimes listeners, we take things from the music and we hear portions that we don't, and we don't hear other portions. So when I was listening to that song, what it sounded like to me was almost about somebody like needs to recognize their potential and who they really are, and then maybe you'd stay around. That was kind of what I was thinking. It was like, burn so bright that it hurts my eyes. Only guarantee right now. That just this kind of, I don't know, but it's crystal clear. There was just like, and so that was kind of how the message that I took from it, from what I heard.
Cool.
But tell me, what is that song about?
So, it's really about, what I thought of, the beauty of music is everyone can see it in their own way, and everyone can take from it what they kind of what they want to. I don't know if they want to hear it, but I kind of feel like they're predestined to hear what they're gonna hear, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for me, when I was writing that song, it was it's kind of a fear of commitment. It was like, man, you're cool, but I don't know where this is gonna be.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're gonna go. Like, I don't know. I can't tell you that in 10 years we're gonna be together.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
But
Maybe I'll stay.
like,
yeah.
But like a star in the sky, light in my heart, making mice of the evil things that try to tear this world apart. Like,
yeah, man,
you're really cool.
Yeah.
Like, you're the best thing
Yeah.
ever.
Yep.
And then it says, keep shining,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll stay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. I wasn't totally off, but I was a little off.
Barely, but
we were around there.
But you can,
Yeah.
that's the cool thing about music is, I hear something totally different from Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
From this song than you do.
Yeah. Well, that's another good one too, Kings of Leon. I was trying to think, like, what else does this remind me of? But yeah, man, there's some great influences there, man, and I really do like the music, man. Do you have any shows that are coming up?
Yeah, the Yard.
Okay.
Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Fort Worth Margarita Festival.
All right.
So,
yes.
So that's June 16th,
Nice.
5 to 7, and
That's very cool.
I think it says we're headlining that show. I don't know what that means.
It means you're the best. That's what it means, Triston.
But yeah, and then we've got one in Gainesville.
Okay.
On June 9th.
All right.
And then we've got one. We got a few more booked in the coming month.
Man, okay, staying busy, dude. That's what
Yeah.
I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear. Well, unfortunately, man, we have come to the end of our time, dude. It always flies by every time. But if y'all have enjoyed the music, maybe you're just turning in, just take a few clicks back and take a listen to some of this great music. One of the singles was Make My Mind. The other single is Maybe I'll Stay, available on all musical platforms. I'm not going to name them all because they don't sponsor my show. All right. But I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, LSA Burger Company. They've got a special Father's Day event going down on the 17th. You can get yourself a T-bone. They've got an award-winning Grammy artist over there. One day, Triston Coomes will be an award-winning Grammy artist. I'm calling it right here, right now. All right. So, man, thank you so much again for coming on and the patience and getting you out here, man. It was well worth the wait. I love the music, man, and I hope only the best for you with these singles. And
thanks for having me. I
moving
appreciate
on in the future, man. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Triston Coomes hanging out. Now, let's see who do I don't even know what the date is, man. It's getting crazy, but soon enough it's going to be my birthday, and on June 12th, that Tuesday, I will not be here. So I'm sorry. But we got Pudge Brewer, Ariel and the Culture. We got a whole lot of more musicians coming up in the future, y'all. So Triston, once again, man, thank you so much. Y'all stick around for Ellie Bell and the Denton Vibe right here on DentonRadio.com. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicOfDenton.com.